Hello, my name is Dylan with the anime summary. A man is forced to play a game that his sister purchased. She wants him to 100% the game so that she can hear the completion audio. If he refuses, she will tell mom on him. Reluctant, he agrees. He starts playing the ultimate game. He mocks and despises everything in the game regarding the characters, the personalities, and how difficult the game is. After a few days, he finally completes the 100%, getting the reverse harm ending. He is hungry and heads to the convenience store to get some food. When walking down the stairs of his apartment, he trips due to the lack of food and collapses unconsciously. The man wakes up in a vast green land going by the name Leon Foe Bartford. In shock and confusion, he hurries home only to be punished by his father. Zora Bartford, in disgust, talks down on the family, reminding them on why they have their status, wealth, and success. Being banished to live in the shed, Leon asks his brother on why they don't get the same treatment that Lady Zora's kids get. His brother suggests why he is whining and that Leon should be focusing on his studies so that he could get married at the academy. Leon, in shock when he hears the word academy, regains all of his memories playing the ultimate game and his daily life in modern Japan. 10 years have passed since Leon has regained his memories. Leon realizes that his family and character did not exist while he was playing the game, knowing this realistically being a mob or background character. Leon noted all the important events and information that he could recall from the ultimate game. Leon, working on the farm, notices a ship landing. He walks inside asking Zora what is going on. She reveals to Leon that he's getting an arranged marriage. Leon, in shock, confusion, and anger, lashes at Zora, stating that the noble girl is 50 years older and that she is only after his survival pension, not to mention that all 7 of her husbands have died in battle. Leon devises a plan to get the money so that he could attend the academy. So the next day, Leon gathers his ship and embarks on his journey to earn his thing. Leon stumbles into a carp queen, recalling his memories that the carp queen gives good experience in the early game. Leon blasts the carp queen, slaying it in one blow. Leon locates the transporter in which he activates it. A tornado appears, destroying his ship. Later that day, Leon wakes up upside down in a mysterious wasteland. He stumbles across an abandoned warehouse where he recalls the thing being in there. He sees sentry robots and takes them out with electrocute bullets and encounters the International Research Card, which unlocks the main research facility. A giant robot emerges and detects Leon. Leon, trying to trick the robot, shows his fake ID card. The robot scanning him detects that he is lying and proceeds to attack him. The giant robot grabs Leon, squeezing him to death. Just before he's about to finish him off, Leon fires his dagger, electrocuting the robot and destroying it. Leon, bleeding, walks up to the computer talking to him. They both agree on becoming comrades, and Leon requires the thing he wanted called the Luxion. In the afternoon, Leon returns to greet his father and Zora, showing them the Luxion and all the treasures he's acquired. Leon declines Zora's marriage offer and begins attending the academy. Leon attends the first day at the academy. When walking to school, he hears a loud thwack in the hallway. Julius Rafa Holfer and Marie Faux Lovin, 2 students, are having an argument. Leon enters his dorm and realizes the conversation he witnessed happened in the game but with a different character. He studies to arrange a tea party and organizes a tea party with 2 classmates, Daniel and Raymond. Leon asks Daniel and Raymond if they know any girls who would be interested in talking to them. They all sighed and noticed Julius and his crew getting approached by girls wanting them to host a tea party. Julius's group gets approached by Angelica, intervening to discuss if she can join his tea party. Julius denies her request. Maria appears, Julius asking her if she wants to join his tea party. She agrees. In class, the teacher Lucas describes how each snack and tea you serve should express a person's meaning in a tea party. He calls on Leon to listen to his lectures more thoughtfully. Lucas asks Leon to come to the front. After, he is crying and apologizes for making fun of the concept of tea parties and asks Lucas if he can be his apprentice. After class, Leon makes an effort for his snacks and drinks for his tea party. He invites the daughter of a baron, and she brings her friends and their servants to the tea party. She tells Leon that she and her friends have some time before Brad's party. They finish eating all of his snacks and tea and thank him for buying time for Brad's tea party and close the door. Then Leon hears a bunch of commotion going on in the hall. He takes a peek to see a bunch of girls shaming one girl. He recognizes the girl as the main protagonist, Olivia, the commoner. He approaches Olivia in tears and asks if she'd like to attend his tea party with him. Olivia, confused, agrees. She compliments him on his snacks and tea. Leon proceeds to ask if it was normal for those girls to be picking on her. She says nothing she's ever done goes well and asks Leon for the rules and agreements at the academy. Leon recommends one person that they can talk to. So Leon and Olivia go to talk to Leon's sister, Jenna Faux Bartford. Jenna suggests to Olivia that she should bribe Angelica with a popular suite to get her into talking to her. Olivia enters into Angelica's chamber. Angelica thanks Olivia for the suite. Olivia asks her if she's okay with her staying at the academy. Angelica waves off her followers to talk to Olivia one-on-one, telling her that she's not trying to kick her out of the academy. She asks Olivia who told her to do this gesture. She said it was Leon. They both agree that he's an impressive person. Daniel and Raymond ditch exploration class. To make it all worse, all Leon's classmates are romantic interests, and to top that off, the whole class is treating him and Olivia as just meat shields. Before they start exploring, Angelica yells at Maria, saying that she and Julius are of different social standings. The prince steps in and defends Maria. While they watch the fuss, Leon asks Olivia about more information on Maria. She says that she's the daughter of a poor viscount and getting severely bullied. The prince's crew ends the conversation and tells Maria to go into the dungeon with them. Leon and Olivia team up for the dungeon and enter the dungeon. Olivia suggests that they should wait for the others before entering, but Leon replies saying that they would be used as meat shields anyways. He draws the test sword made by Luxion and slays all the monsters with one blow each. Olivia is amazed by his sword fighting skills. More monsters show up and the prince and his crew arrive, telling them that they will handle the rest. Angelica and her followers arrive late. The prince and his crew defeat the rest of the monsters. Only with Julius getting hurt, Maria worries seeing the wound using healing magic for him. He is surprised as he didn't know that she could use healing magic. Worried for Angelica, rushes over to make sure Julius is okay. He acts rudely towards her. He grabs Maria's hand and walks further into the dungeon with his crew. Angelica is humiliated by her fellow classmates. Leon was also wounded from the battle. Olivia uses healing magic to cure his injuries. As they were walking away, Maria turns around and gives an evil smirk. With Maria's bags and textbooks burnt by her fellow classmates, Julius turns to Angelica, assuming she was the one who burned Maria's stuff. The prince was informed by the girls that Angelica told them to do it. Angelica denies these claims, but yet Julius orders her to stay away from Maria and them while at the academy. Angelica leaves in tears. Meanwhile, Leon, Daniel, and Raymond are talking about how now they can get girls. Daniel asks if they heard the rumors about Maria and Angelica having been the face of the bullying. Leon recalls the event should be happening much later in the story. Later that day, Leon asks Olivia if she's heard anything about Maria's bullying and if she's encountered her. Olivia nods and says the one time she's talked to her was at the courtyard. She went up to her and asked if something had happened, Maria responding saying, "I hate girls like you." Suddenly, Leon and Olivia hear books falling and whispers coming from the back of the library. Leon immediately gets out of his chair and heads towards the noise to see what's going on. Olivia tries to stop him, but he doesn't care. When they peep, they are surprised to see Maria kissing another guy from the prince's crew. Marie's walking down the hall with an evil smirk, relieved that Julius got mad at the bullies and stopped the bullying. Julius calls for Maria and asks if she has a personal servant. She replies saying that she doesn't have enough money to hire one. Julius and Jilk, one of the prince's crew members, offers her to buy one for no charge. Maria thanks them for their generous offer. Maria's inner thoughts reveals that she has played the ultimate game before, just like Leon. Angelica is staring out the window. Her followers walk in to report to her that Maria has been given a slave by Prince Julius. Angelica replies, stating to just ignore it, knowing the prince knows the sentimental value when owning a demi-human slave. She asks her followers to leave the room, angry, squeezing her fist and smashing the vase, lying on the bed crying, thinking why did the prince fall for Maria? Jenna wakes up his little brother, Leon, to discuss Marie. Leon spills the details about Marie, stating that she's been really close to the Prince Julius and his crew. She asks if she's heard anything about Angelica bullying Marie and if he was involved. Leon states that he has nothing to do with any of it and that he heard the prince got mad at Angelica. He thinks that she didn't have anything to do with the bullying of Marie. Jenna orders him to stay on the prince's good side and that it will set him up for life. If not, it's over, and to not embarrass her again, and slams the door. Leon falls back in bed relieved and disappointed that he only got to host a tea party and visit a dungeon. Luxion appears to be sensing from him that he's been enjoying himself in the new world. Leon asks Luxion if he has any new information on Angelica and Marie. Daniel, Raymond, and Leon plan to get girlfriends at the party. He heard that nobles from the backwoods found girlfriends here. They attempt to ask out 3 girls, but they are instantly rejected and hit by their personal servant. Olivia tells Leon to come see what the commotion is. It is an emergency. They once again stumble between conflicts between Angelica and Julius and his crew. They get into a scuffle. Angelica claims that she saw Marie holding hands with another guy, but the prince doesn't believe it and trusts Marie. Angelica takes off her glove, requesting a duel against Marie. The prince insists Marie to pick up the glove, stating that he will be her champion. The rest of the prince's crew volunteers to be her champion as well. Angelica looks around the room looking for support, but it seems like no one wants to help her. Leon recalls that if the protagonist wins, Angelica will have to marry a backcountry lord and will live a miserable life. Leon only wants to be a mob character and not get involved in the main story of the Ultimate game. Seeing the pain on Angelica's face, steps out and volunteers to be Angelica's champion. Everyone in the room questions him. Leon tells Angelica to appoint him to be her champion and she accepts. He asks Angelica what the demands are if they win. She says the only demand would be for Marie to stay away from the prince. Marie demands to stop being cruel and to stop using the family influence. Having already beaten the game, Leon knew what she was already going to say. Leon suggests that they do an armored battle 1v1 style, to which the prince agrees. The next day at school, Leon realizes that his property is vandalized. Luxion shows him the recording, revealing that it was his fellow classmates making Daniel and Raymond do it. Leon's not really mad at them, stating that they had to better themselves for the future. Luxion reveals the betting odds to not be in his favor. Later, Angelica requests Leon to withdraw from the duel, saying that she'll be fine and there's nothing to worry about. He insists that they have a good chance of winning. Leon arrives at the duel only to see everyone cheering for the prince and booing against him, seeing Daniel and Raymond bet on him winning the fight. Luxion tells Leon his armor has arrived. When the armor arrives, everyone starts laughing. Leon's first opponent is Brad Fofield, the purple-haired guy from the prince's crew. He uses a shovel to take out Brad in one swing. His next opponent is Greg Foseberg, the red-haired guy from the prince's crew. Leon swings his shovel, knocking Greg down. While holding him down, he rips his armor, making him unable to continue the match, forfeiting the match in a loss. Leon's third opponent is Chris Fia Arclight, the blue-haired guy with glasses from the prince's crew. Leon disengages the fight, recalling that Chris is really good at sword fighting and deploys his drones. Chris calls Leon unchivalrous for it and loses the fight. Before the next match, Luxion reports to Leon saying that his sister Jenna rigged his armor with explosives. The fourth duel begins with Jilk, the green-haired guy, and right-hand man from the prince's crew. The fight starts with Jilk having no effect with his long-range attacks. He says he has no choice and detonates the bombs on Leon that were placed earlier. They were no effect. Leon slashes him with his shovel, knocking him out of sky, unable to continue. The crowd is in shock, Maria panicking and questioning on how there is someone so strong in the kingdom. Julius reassures her that his armor is made by the kingdom's best technology. The fifth and final battle is Julius, the prince. Before the fight starts, Leon asks him what his thoughts are of Olivia. He says he has no opinion since they've never talked. If you guys like what you saw, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.